Hey everyone, Camille here. Welcome to another day of training. I hope you guys are having so much fun and you're soaking up all the advice that you're getting from the variety of coaches we have on our team. We are blessed to have a team like we do. We have some amazing ladies, including you. And so I just love this community that we built together. So speaking of fun, speaking of love, how about Shelly with her social media and keeping it real yesterday? She is fantastic. So if you missed that, make sure you circle back and check that out because she's just going to share with you about how to keep it real and authentic in the social media world because that is so key to your business and to being you. But today I get to speak with you about keeping it real even when things get tough and when life gets busy, because if you're not busy already, I guarantee you there's going to be a season in your business where it's going to get really hard and something is going to come up, and you know what? You just got to stick it out and you got to grind it out and you got to get to it. And today we're going to talk about some steps and things that you can think through ahead of time to make sure that you are set up for success and that you can plan accordingly for those tough seasons. If you're not already in it, it's going to happen. So if we can plan for it, I guarantee you can get it through. So before we dive in, I just want to tell you a little bit about my story and how I got into Beachbody. So I am a full-time working mama. I have 3 kids, 5 and under. So it's very busy on the home front. And I work full-time for a radio station in Seattle as a promotions and marketing director. So keeps me super busy, kind of crazy hours sometimes, depending if we have events or concerts, broadcasts and all that kind of stuff. So kind of crazy schedule already. And then I have a hubby who is in the Washington Army National Guard who puts in a lot of hours there and has a little bit of a unique schedule with a 1 week in a month, and then also has a really incredibly long commute right now. And so a lot of times I'm at home on my own with the kids. So you might be thinking like, where does she fit the business in? How can she do this with such a full-time schedule already? It can happen. If I can do it, you can do it. It's just about being efficient and planning ahead. So I know that it's possible even if you are extremely busy. So I came into Beachbody when I really needed it. I've always been an active individual. Played competitive soccer growing up, even into my college days. Never really had a problem with health and fitness per se. Even I was one of those annoying people after baby number 1 that it just came off like way too fast and too easy for me. Wasn't the case with baby number 2, not even close. And it was really hard, and I got stuck and I was frustrated and I didn't feel like myself, and I couldn't find the time like I had before to take care of my own health and fitness. My work level had increased, and with 2 babies, it was just hard to find the time to get out there. And then hubby and I had canceled our gym membership to just kind of cut back on the expenses that we hadn't been using. And so I felt stuck. I didn't feel like I had a solution. And then I saw a girlfriend of mine on social media who was talking about Beachbody and the success she was having. And I remembered she didn't really love working out. Like when I knew her, she didn't love it. So I was like, okay, wait a minute. If this can work for her, then maybe I can make it work for me, who likes to be active and healthy and fit. So I reached out and connected with her and decided to jump in her next challenge group. I signed up as a coach just to get the discount. I had this like wee little bit of gut feeling. I'm like, okay, maybe I can come up with like some fun money in future with this coaching opportunity, but didn't have any thoughts at the time per se that I was going to make anything big out of it. So jumped into the challenge group with her, loved it, had crazy success. I did 21 day fix right out the gate, did 2 rounds of it and had awesome success. Got to like all that baby weight gone after 9 months postpartum, and just was at the healthiest I had ever been. So, and then I had baby number 3, and I've continued ever since, even through baby number 3 and after, and so on. The story goes on, and so I'm still here. It's definitely been something that I can weave into my crazy busy schedule, which is one of the reasons why I love Beachbody programs. It's because I can do it on my own time, at home, in my own living room, and that goes for the business too, right? Like I can fit it in, and I can weave it in when it works best for me, and you can do the same when it works best for you. So that's a little bit about my Beachbody story. And so now we get into the meat of today's little topic. So how do we keep our business going when things get really rough? You can do it. I promise. You just got to plan for it. We have to be efficient. So I heard a coach the other day talk about the 3 Ps when it came to her business, and she discovered those when she was going through a valley and she was going through a really busy time in her life. And she was talking about the 3 Ps, which are purpose, passion, and play. And she talked about how important it was to keep those in mind through every season of her business. And if you're going into it with that mentality and you're thinking about your why and why you're doing that, why you're doing this, and you're thinking about purpose and you're thinking about passion, are you passionate about what you're doing? Are you thinking about the fun atmosphere of it? Are you thinking about the fun aspect? Keep those at the forefront and you will do great. Go into your invites thinking that way. Think about your why. Really, really, why are you doing this? So I just want you guys to chew on that. Like if you were someone who was thinking about getting back in their health and fitness routine and saw someone posting that was having super fun time, jumping on trampolines and smiling and doing dance parties, after they're finishing their workout and all that stuff, there's option A, there's that person, or there's the person that's like super busy and like grinding out the day and then just barely getting their workout in. Who would you want to go with? Are you going to go with the fun person that's like oozing joy and passion and happy and purpose in her workout? Or are you going to go with a person that's like, I'm super busy and I'm just grinding it out, right? So if you're having fun and you have purpose and you have passion behind what you're doing, it's going to show in your work to your network and who you might be wanting to bring into the business. So keep in mind the 3 Ps. I also want to give you guys some takeaway steps that you can apply when it's super, super crazy busy. The first one, so get out your pen and paper if you haven't gotten it already. The first one I want you to keep in mind is set goals. Simple, right? Seems like, okay, Camille, really, really easy. No, I want you to do it. I want you to set goals. And I don't want you to just set them up here. I want you to write them out because as busy people, right? We have tons of things going on. You have meetings, you have other things you need to take care of, you have kiddos, whatever it might be. You have like ping pong thoughts happening in your head, right? They're just bouncing around up there. So write out your goals. So write out your coaching goals. Are you wanting to hit Success Club? Are you wanting to sign up a certain amount of challenge packs? What are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to send a certain amount of coach invites? I also want you to write out your goals for your own fitness journey and your personal development for the month. And the reason why I say that is if you are a busy person and you feel like you're just going from one thing to the next, you've got to make time for your own fitness and your own personal development. If you haven't noticed with Beachbody programs, they all vary in different lengths of time. 21-day fix, 30 minutes. Hammer and chisel varies. It goes from like 36, 42 minutes down to I think 18 minutes, right? Quarter force, the same thing. So you have to know what program you're doing and you're going to stick to so that you can map out when you're going to get it done that week, right? Same thing with personal development. Everyone has different schedules. Everyone has different time. Are you a book person? Are you wanting to sit down and read? When are you fitting that into your schedule? When do you have the time to read? Or are you listening Audible? Are you doing it on your commute? I would love to do it on my commute. I don't because I have my children in the car and I want to be making sure I'm engaging with them. So I have to do it on my lunch break. So I want you to just think through when are you getting in your personal development and your own fitness journey in addition to your coach and your Beachbody business goals for the month, okay? So think about them, write them down. Seems really, really simple, but write them down. Don't forget to do that. Step 2, we're doing a lot of writing. I want you to write out your week. Seems really, really silly, I get it, but there's a purpose. So for 1 week or even just one day, take 15 minutes and map out literally hour by hour what your week looked like. And the reason why I say that is because you're going to find where you're most efficient, especially if you write it out for a week. If you track yourself for an entire week, you're going to find your most efficient spots in your day. And that's where you want to plug in your business. Is it in the morning, right when you wake up? Is it in the evening, right after you've busted out your workout? When are you most proactive and efficient? And you're also going to figure out when do you have those little like spots in your day that maybe you're dilly-dallying a little too much. Maybe you're watching too much TV. Maybe you're spending too much time socializing with friends after work. Where could you find a nugget of time and fit it into your schedule? And the reason why I want you to do this is because, and we'll go into number 3 too, your schedule is your schedule and everyone's is different. My schedule is completely different than my upline schedule who does this full time, right? I'm still working. I have 3 babes. So I've had to figure out how to do a power 40 minutes on my lunch break where I just literally take my pen and paper and I get it done. I bust it out. I have my plan and it's my window of time and I'm respectful of that window of time because I know that is my window that I have to get it done. So when you look at your week and you map it out, take notes and say, okay, This is where I have my window, or this is where I have my 3 small windows that are going to equal up. And I'm going to be respectful of my business and respectful to me to get it done in those certain times, right? So write out your week. Just take some time. Maybe there'll be an assignment afterwards. Shh. Take some time and write it out. Just try it. And I bet you'll find some nuggets where you can pencil in and do a few more invites, or do your business in a small window that maybe you didn't see before. So that's step 2. Write them out. Step 3. Work efficiently. And I know you're like, yeah, we've heard that before, but how do I do it? And you might be asking your upline, like, okay, well, what platforms do you like to use for social media? What tracking systems do you use? Right? You've probably asked them that. Maybe you're considering asking them that. Stop. What works for you? Where do you have the most fun on social media? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it Pinterest? Where is it? That's where you should be spending your time. That should be your network, right? Don't think about your upline or another coach who's rocking it in the business, because they have a different lifestyle. They're different. Be you. Where do you like to spend your time? Because if you like it, you're going to enjoy being there and you're going to put time into it. So as far as your platform goes, think about it. Where do you want to be? Okay? That's where you should be. Also, with working efficiently, plan ahead. So there's tons of different websites that you can use to help schedule your posts in advance. I personally like to use Postcron, and I use it for my challenge groups. Sometimes I use it for my own coaching pages, postcron.com, but it allows you to map out and write out all of your posts in advance, and they'll post on the days that you want them to, so then you get it done and it's out of the way. So come Tuesday morning when you need to be posting your challenge group, you're not waking up at 6 a.m. trying to figure out, what am I going to post today and how am I going to do it? Get it done ahead of time, okay? Set it aside. So use Postcron, use some kind of website like that to help you think efficiently. Another efficient task for you, map out your social media posts. So I like to break this out a little more and do a month view, and then also a week view. So in the month view, I think about, okay, when is my next challenge group going to kick off? I write it down. So if I know when my challenge group is going to kick off, I need to back up 3 weeks. And that's when I'm doing my first announcement. And then I need to figure out in those 3 weeks, when is my next announcement happening? I also like to consider, I don't have to have them mapped out like what I'm going to say, but each week on Sundays, I like to think about, okay, when am I going to post about the business? When am I going to post about challenge groups? When am I going to post about my family? You should hear about having 5 topics to talk about. Map it out in your head and then write it down when you're going to talk about those different topics of you each week. So that way you're not feeling like, oh gosh, I've talked about health and fitness 5 times in a row, or I've talked about my family 5 times in a row. Lay it out just a little bit, or at least have some milestones. Like, I know Thursdays, I like to hit the coaching aspect of it and why I love this business as additional income, because Thursdays are usually when I find myself and people in my network are kind of burnt out with work, right? The week, Thursday's coming to a close. So I like to do a business post on Thursdays. Sunday evenings is a great way to do a challenge group post, because people are like, oh, I really blew it this weekend. I need to get back on track. So just think about your network. Think about your niche group that you're targeting and when makes sense to post for their lifestyle group, and map it out for the week. Just take Sunday, literally 10 minutes and do it. And it will be a lifesaver for you, because then when it comes to the week, you're in a groove, you're doing it. And as a busy person, if you can take things off your hands and get it done ahead of time, it's going to be so helpful for you. So that's step 3, be efficient. Step 4, most important. Step 4, give yourself grace. And I think this is really, really hard as a busy person, because a lot of time I think busy people tend to be perfectionists and they want things to go exactly how they've had them mapped out, right? Like, I've got my schedule. I've got to get from point A to point B to point C to point D, and boom, 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 stay in my rhythm, stay in my routine. I am guilty of that. But you have to give yourself grace. Life comes up, doctor's appointments come up, people get sick, things happen, cars break down, whatever it might be. And you have to shuffle. You have to adjust. And that's okay. You have to be okay with it. But don't make it an excuse to not show up for yourself later. So let's say Tuesday just goes completely sideways on you. Gone. Tuesday just knocked you on your bum. Come Saturday, make up for that work. Say, you know what? This is what I do. I go, you know what? The babes are down for 90 minutes. I got to hustle. I am going to put in a full 90 and I am going to get my business work done. So just make sure you make it up to yourself. Give yourself grace. Know that it's okay. It's not always going to be, rainbows and butterflies all the time. Things happen. Life happens. It's okay to break away from the template or the schedule for the week. It happens. But just make sure to get back up and make up for it later in the week, okay? So let's review our steps first and foremost before we get to the steps. Remember the 3 Ps: passion, purpose, and play. Keep those at the forefront every time you dive into this business, and I promise you will feel so much better about going into your invites and even your own health and fitness, like getting to your program. Like, why are you doing this? Have some fun with it. And then our steps that we want to remember. Number 1, set goals, not just in the business, but also in your health and fitness and your personal development. 2, write out your week. Okay, plan for it. See where you have your weak spots. 3, work efficiently. And 4, give yourself grace. Hopefully you guys will find those helpful now in your business as well as when you're getting through that busy season, because I promise you they will come up. You just got to stay the course. You got to stay tough and just know that it is a season and you will get through it. Everyone has rough spots in their life. Everyone has busy times. Everyone has hard times in this business. You just got to carry yourself through, and I promise you can. So if you just take a moment to plan ahead and plan to work efficiently, you can totally rock it. I promise you, even in a busy season. So hopefully that was helpful for you ladies tonight. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And I look forward to coaching alongside you for many, many days, months, and years to come. You guys are all fabulous. Mwah.